destroyed her roof. And out of all places is through there, not through the window, but he was there for one reason alone. He wanted all the smoke with Yuki, but Yuki did not care. He was ready for the action as well. But Honda was basically like, don't fight, y'all, and tripped over the dude that wanted to fight. And once that happened, they knew what was going to happen next. So she decides to live in her tent, all because she don't want to be a burden to her friends or anyone else. Mind you, it's a place where it's not really that safe too. You may think it is, but it's actually not. But she sees a place that caught her eye, and her first instinct is go directly to the police. When I tell you she's in a lucky circumstance, twice by the way, because she's hitting all the dangerous flags. Because I don't get, why was your first instinct to go there? It's someone's home. It's not a shop. It's not an inn either. Like at that point, if she got kidnapped, I would not be surprised. But that doesn't happen, and that's a good thing. And it's also an anime too. But Tohru was caught, but Shigure was cool with it. And they were talking about the Zodiacs all because they seen this, and they were having a good conversation until she had to go to school. But here's the thing, she had to go to school with bro, and it caused some commotion all because of these three girls. And they were like, we created a fan club. You was not a part of it. You were supposed to know the rules. Like, bro, what? And they were saying like, you just broke the rules, and the rules are meant to protect Yuki. But let's all be honest, they were just jealous in general. That's it. But Honda friends came along and helped her out in that situation. W friends, I do say so myself. But once they scared them off, especially when one of them was using their waves, they moved on to their culinary class. But they were talking about the situation in the morning. Then right after that, Hanajima said that he gave off some weird vibes with her waves. And I didn't thought about this at first until later on in the story. But later on at the end of the school day, Hana conveniently finds Yuki and they walk home together. Well, Hana actually was walking towards work. But while they were walking, they were talking about the Zodiacs. And she was talking about how she wanted to be a cat as a kid. But bro was muttering quietly to the point that we were still able to hear about how the cat was an idiot. And he said that multiple times too. And she was questioning like, yo, you good? You don't like cats or something? Which I questioned too. But he decided to dodge that question, and he decided to leave on top of that. And that made him more mysterious on top of that. But I still didn't question on top of that. But right after that situation, we got to know why she lived in that tent. And basically to go summarize it, both of her parents went to unfortunate circumstances. So then she moved in with her grandpa. But her grandpa was wanting to move somewhere else for a reason. And he gave her a choice if she wanted to move with him or not. But she's like, nah, don't worry about it. I'll be fine. But that's how she got into that situation. But after she got done with work, we saw Yuki and Shigure just walking out of nowhere. And then they saw Honda sneaking all the way to her tent. So once she managed to make it into her tent, they followed her all the way to her location. And now she feels mad embarrassed about it. And Shigure was laughing like crazy about it. And I'm not gonna lie, I would too. I was laughing when he was laughing. And I laughed a little bit while I was making this too. I ain't gonna lie. Sorry, not sorry. But right after that, Honda was talking about her situation. And Shigure decided to go lock in. But right after that, bro heard a part of the cliff crumble. And of course, Hana's going to question about it. And of course, they decided to go check where it was at. And just like that, Hana dodged another bullet. If she was not caught, she would have been winding up just like her tent. Basically a lucky accident. But all of her belongings was under there. And she needed to get them back. But bro convinced her he'll get that stuff in the morning. Once she went to bed, they both felt bad for her situation. And I don't blame him for that. So Yuki was like, yeah, I'll just get all her stuff back for her. And it's like, what do you mean by that? All by yourself too? But he started to pose like he's from JoJo. And we seen this. So remember when Hanajima said something about her waves? She was on spot on about this. And now that makes me suspicious of her as well. It could be, no. I was about to say it could be a feeling, but it could not be. I got my eyes on her in this show now. But anyways, he decided to go off now and get her stuff. But once Hana woke up, she had to go to a rush to try to get her stuff back. But Yuki came by and got her stuff for her. And she questioned how. But she didn't want to question too much. Just slowly because she got her stuff back. And it was thanks to him. But right after that, he told her that she's going to live here. But she felt shocked for what he said. And then she immediately felt bad for that. So both of them managed to go convince her. And now she finally decided to stay at that house. So once they were taking her to her room, we saw someone stalking him at the trees. And once they made it in, he decided to make his move and destroyed her roof. And out of all places is through there, not through the window, but he was there for one reason alone. He wanted all the smoke with Yuki. But Yuki did not care. He was ready for the action as well. But Honda was basically like, don't fight, y'all, and tripped over the dude that wanted to fight. And once that happened, they knew what was going to happen next. And Yuki looked like he was just annoyed about the situation, just because he knew this type of thing would happen. And now Hana's extremely confused about the situation. She basically didn't know what to do, and no one can blame her for that. But the roof was like, I got a special present for her, bonking her on the head, made her crash into the other two as well. And now their secret is out. One was turned into a dog, and the other was turned to a mouse. And she was left very confused. But hey, answer my question from this situation. But hey, that's basically the end of episode 1 though. To be honest with you, I really do enjoy episode 1. I'm going to continue on watching more and more of this. Obviously, there are some things I wanted to go point out while I was watching, or right after I was done watching. I just realized while I was making this video, like how Honda was playing like a dangerous game, not once but twice, but multiple times too. And I 1000% wanted to give out my opinion on that, like what is she doing, why is she doing this, like hello, stop, or like, you know. But it all worked out for her at the very end, so that's always a good thing. But I'm gonna be real with you, I slept on this anime a very long time ago. Like, I knew that anime existed, I just seen the art style of it, not the art style of it, but I just seen what it looked like. I'm like, am I really interested in watching it? No, not really, until I started watching more and more romance, and that romance, I still haven't gotten to that for some reason. Like, it made no sense whatsoever. But when I started watching it now, I'm like, wow, did I really miss out on this? And obviously there's still more. This episode 1 I'm just watching. Obviously I'm going to continue on watching it. I'm probably going to make more videos. If y'all do enjoy this one, then let me know in the comments down below. Just show some support on it. Leaving a like also helps out a lot. But yo, a ton of people was like, yo, you gotta watch Fruit Baskets, you gotta watch Fruit Baskets, you gotta watch Fruit Baskets. I'm like, alright, bet. I didn't really watch it. I still didn't really fully consider it, but till like now, I don't know what made me decide to go watch it, but I still had it in the back of my head. I'm like, yo, I should watch this. A ton of people asked me to go watch it too. On top of that, it's like, I don't see why not. It's kind of like a win-win. I can go and find something to talk about. But yeah, I yapped a little bit too long though, but I really do hope that you enjoyed this type of video. If you did enjoy, like, really appreciate it, share, be nice. Make sure you check out stuff in the description. It has my Nintendo channel, has my Twitch, and my Discord server. But I don't really have anything else to say, but I really do hope that you enjoyed truly, and I hope to see you next time in a different video. If not, I hope you have a good life. I love y'all. By the way, he better fix the roof that he just broke.